intelligence, but be managed by a large AI model. Um, and I've said many times, I think work is going to be optional. So, so I think maybe a good comparison would be gardening. Like, you don't have to garden. You don't like you don't have to grow vegetables in your garden. You can go to the store, and they're going to be pristine vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your garden, and they will actually be yeah, less perfect. Your tomatoes are not going to be as plump and juicy as the ones at the store. They'll look a little artisanal. But if you go to a friend's house and they make dinner and it's with vegetables from their garden, it's a nice touch.
So that's what
this is what work is going to be like.
I get that.
When AI was first coming out, Elon Musk has spoken against AI, Bill Gates has spoken against AI, and they've mentioned against recursive iterative development that is basically a system designing its own guardrails, its own infrastructure to stop itself. But Elon has slowly started transforming his position of doom and gloom into a position of inevitability, meaning that using this technology will somehow lead to global abundance. They believe that either it will create the economic value of wealth in a way that's disproportionate and redistributed across every household. They believe that the speed of development will become faster, healthcare diagnosis will become better, which means people will live longer. Research and development will figure out new medication faster. It'll solve strategic, let's say, interdisciplinary systems like nations. It'll help resolve arguments faster by using a better layers of strategy. So the idea is that as this system gets better and better, it'll be able to help with multiple facets of our lives. And he's saying that it's come so far in a way that the technology has already provided so much value that if we look at how far we've come and we understand an idea of where the technology is going, the concept that he's framing is the illustration that if we keep going down this road, if we keep developing AI and pouring all of these resources into it, the technology will get better. And everything that it's able of helping us with today is going to multiply 100 times over in different angles, different facets of our life. The concept here is just generalized in a single word of abundance. And so his framing, from what I understood in the video, was that the evolution of this technology, that even if we could pull the plug and let's say we stop all AI development as of today, somebody else will take over. The systems that have already been developed have proven themselves in so many different ways. When you read a newspaper article today, when you go on YouTube, when you go on any media outlet for a week straight, it is very difficult not to be exposed to at least one piece of information of AI. Whether it's something beneficial or something that's detracting from a positive experience, it doesn't matter. Because it's so formally known, because it's proven itself to offer value in so many different ways, if we stop, someone else will take over and continue. And so the position here is saying, hey, if we can't bottle this genie, if we can't undo everything that we've done, if we can't get rid of it tomorrow, and the chances are something good can happen, he's saying, I would rather be involved in having a chance to change it for the better. I would rather be involved in a way that has an impact on how the technology has progressed versus being an innocent bystander at the mercy of other companies to try to reach that vision. And frankly, it's a difficult position to be in because if you had the technological abilities for orchestrating frameworks, companies, systems in a way that you have proven your success in the market, that you have proven your ability to perform through the evidence of your history, your life, would you not want to be positioned in a way that you at least had a chance to make a difference? Because that's what Elon is saying. Elon is saying that I have enough experience and I have my own consciousness and moral good and systemic views to where I think that I can influence a more positive change by being directly involved with the technology versus not being involved at all. Because he's saying that both his participation, his life will pass and the technology will still be around. And even if we stop, somebody else will take it over, because it's just influenced so many different layers of our life that somebody's going to find value in it and continue the project. So it's a difficult position to be in, because on one hand, you have the moral relative good, the idealisms of how we should live, how we should distribute wealth, how we should manage global impact. And on the other is a bit of speculation and hope. The speculation and the hope is that as we continue evolving these technologies, somehow the hope and that speculation is that it will be good. It will somehow influence betterment for humanity. And even though he's being intentional with his thoughts and illustrating, yes, there is a probability of harm, and everything has an inherent probability of harm from a standpoint of engineering. You drive a car, chances are that you could get into an accident. At least much higher probability if you didn't drive a car, right? So there are inherent mathematical principles that are adverse to the effective that you want, and they're always there. And so the thought here is wonderful, because we believe if we can continue developing the technology, we will somehow influence global good. But the problem is that there's no definitive proof. And so it's really a difficult choice, because he's putting three things on a scale of balance from the illustration of his position to formulate his position. Moral good, the objectivity of humanity, whether as a species and collectively, we will have more abundant resources, less abundant resources, whether the technology and substrates of humanity like medicine, legal, construction, housing, whether poverty can somehow be demolished or reduced or diminished to a point that it influences more good than harm. And the other one is moral standing, right? And then you have the natural law of events. So the likelihood is that no one will build a model that is going to be a public influence of harm intentionally. Because if they did that, well, there's no objective good. You'll find yourself in imprisonment or legal political battles or buried under litigation or just on the FBI's wanted list. So there's no moral objectivity towards designing a system that's going to cause humanity harm. There's no net profit there. It's like the scalability in terms of being adaptable to everyone is going to lower significantly, and your lifespan for the sake of the organization is going to be significantly reduced, because the moment that people actually find out about it, you're not supposed to exist, you're causing harm, you're not going to exist in the evidentiality of long term. So the concept is really interesting because there is no perfect answer. With AI, the genie is out of the bottle. It can cause potential good. It can expand our lifetime. It can revolutionize medicine. It can speed up research and development where we live in a better future tomorrow, but it can also cause harm in some ways. And so the question is, can you even theoretically pull the plug? Is there a plug to pull? And even if you could pull the plug, would that be in the betterment of your own life or the evolution of humanity?